In this section, we will look at how the Insert revised the history and political science textbooks for Class 12 in 2023 and removed or reduced several topics related to Gandhi's assassination, the role of RSS, Hindu-Muslim relations, caste discrimination, and other aspects of India's diverse and complex history. The Insert is the National Council of Educational Research and Training, which is responsible for developing and publishing textbooks for school education in India. The Insert textbooks are followed by most of the state boards and the Central Board of Secondary Education (CBC), which conducts the national level exams for Class 10, and the Insert had undertaken the exercise to rationalize the textbooks across all classes and all subjects in view of the COVID-19 pandemic and the national education policy. The Insert claimed that the rationalization was done to reduce content load on students, provide opportunities for experiential learning, and remove irrelevant content in the present context. However, many historians, educators, and activists have criticized the Insert for deleting or diluting important chapters and themes that reflect India's pluralistic and democratic heritage. They have accused the Insert of distorting history and promoting a biased and communal narrative that favors a certain ideology. One of the most controversial changes was made in the Class 12 history textbook Themes in Indian History Part 3. The Insert removed 3 chapters from this book, namely Colonial Cities, Urbanization, Planning and Architecture, Mahatma Gandhi and the Nationalist Movement, Civil Disobedience and Beyond, and Understanding Partition, Politics, Memories, Experiences. These chapters covered crucial aspects of India's modern history, such as the urban development under colonial rule, the role of Gandhi and other leaders in the freedom struggle, the causes and consequences of partition, the violence and displacement that followed it, and the experiences of refugees and survivors. By removing these chapters, the Insert has erased the truth about Gandhi's assassination by Nathuram Godse, a member of the Hindu nationalist organization Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh (RSS). The chapter on Gandhi had detailed how Godse was influenced by RSS ideology, and how he justified his act as a defense of Hinduism. The chapter also discussed how Gandhi's death led to a nationwide mourning and a backlash against RSS and its affiliates. The chapter on partition had explored how partition was not inevitable but a result of complex political negotiations and communal tensions. It had also highlighted how partition affected millions of people across religious communities, regions, classes, and genders. It had shown how partition was not only a political event but also a human tragedy that left lasting scars on the psyche of the nation. By deleting these chapters, the Insert has also ignored the diversity and complexity of India's society and culture. The chapter on colonial cities had examined how urbanization under British rule transformed India's landscape, architecture, economy, and society. It had shown how cities became sites of cultural exchange, social reform, nationalist movements, and communal conflicts. The Insert has not only removed chapters but also reduced or modified content in other chapters. For example, in the chapter on kinship, caste, and class, early societies, the Insert has reduced the discussion on caste discrimination and untouchability. It has also removed references to Dalit movements and leaders such as Jyotirao Phule, B.R. Ambedkar, and Periyar E.V. Ramasamy. Similarly, in the chapter on an imperial capital, Vijayanagara, the Insert has reduced the discussion on Hindu-Muslim relations in medieval India. It has also removed references to Muslim rulers who patronized Hindu temples or employed Hindu officials. In addition to history textbooks, the Insert has also revised political science textbooks for class. It has removed 2 chapters from the book Contemporary World Politics, namely the Cold War era and U.S. hegemony in world politics. These chapters dealt with important topics such as bipolarity, non-alignment, globalization, terrorism, human rights, and environmental issues. The Insert has also removed 2 chapters from the book Politics in India Since Independence, namely Era of One-Party Dominance and Regional Aspirations. These chapters analyzed how India's democracy evolved after independence, how Congress dominated Indian politics for several decades, how regional parties emerged as a challenge to national parties, how linguistic reorganization shaped India's federalism, and how regional movements reflected India's diversity. By revising these textbooks, Dinsert has deprived students of learning about India's rich and varied history and politics. It has also undermined students' critical thinking skills by presenting a selective and distorted version of reality.